I forgot. Dang it. There we go. You guys didn't see a thing, okay? I didn't forget anything. Hello, how's it going, guys? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. The music didn't start, did it? I don't hear it. I don't think the music started. That's okay. Nathan, congrats on grabbing first. Hello, dude. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Post that. And make sure all those things get posted as well. Yep. All right. Make sure all the streams are good. I messed with the audio settings just a little bit. I apologize if they're like completely and totally messed up. I made a slight mistake, and my knob is not where it used to be. The audio knob. I should clarify. The audio knob is not where it's supposed to be usually. It's turned up almost double what it usually is, but I think it sounds better. Audio is better, a bit louder, which is good for me. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about it being louder is you guys can always turn it down. That's kind of my thought process. Your what isn't where? Yeah, you know, the phrasing could have been better, I think, probably. Oh no. Nathan, thank you for saying your taxes almost at 90. GG's. Hello, Pink. Hello, Water Ghost. Good to see you both. Water Ghost, thank you for spending your taxes. No fish. No fish. I know fish. What did you say? I couldn't hear you? You know, I didn't say anything. We're gonna ignore the knob thing, because that sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. Okay, also, it is burning hot inside today. I don't know what happened, but it got, like, really, really warm. So, today we need to dig. Oh, the ads. Lovely. We'll deal with that later. So what do we want to start with is the question. This has been a project I've been putting off for a while. I don't mind fishing, but we're going to wait to fish until after this pickaxe is needing mended, and then we'll just fish for the rest of the stream after that. So I'm kind of thinking we need to come over here. We need to add pigs, and then over here we need sheep. And then over here we need to take it down, and it'll go down towards some living quarters. And we need to kill some cows because we need a lot of books. Hello, Real Demo. Hello, hello. And Patricia, hello, hi. How are you doing? Over here, we need to do some entrances, both there and right here. I think we're just going to do smaller versions of what we did up here. So I'll kind of just copy that, but miniaturize it. I think that'll look good. And then in here, we also need to do some more block placements and such. I am going to refrain from building, really, today if I can, because I want to do that on the next video. I have this next video done, so it should be coming out this weekend, unless something catastrophic happens and I just can't release it for some reason. I've made 3 thumbnails, 3 titles. I have edited it to the amount that I'm willing to edit, and I'm kind of excited for it. It's a bigger episode. I think it's not my best work, but you can't hit 100% of the shots. And I just realized that, you know, this episode wasn't it, and that's okay. Bryant, welcome on in. Hello, hello. I subbed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that demo. Y3 only need 1. I do the A/B testing for thumbnails and titles because I find that usually the first thumbnail I make usually sucks. So I want to give the video as best of a chance as possible. So if YouTube detects that one of my thumbnails does specifically a lot better than the others, it'll default over to that instead. and it'll hopefully lead us to having more viewership, but also better viewership as well. So people that watch longer, as well as just more people in general. I decided, and you guys would know it if you saw it, like, side by side, I am copying Grian, like, 100% on this. I just pulled up some of his thumbnails and was like, what could I do but make it mine? So, all three of the thumbnails you could probably point to a Grian video within the last year or so, and I pretty much exactly ripped off the thumbnail. So, you know, there'll be a fun little game for you guys. If you see all three variations, you'll know it. I've got a video that should come out tomorrow because the April Fool's snapshot will be out. And I usually kind of do a quick video just covering it because I like to document a lot of that stuff. And you never know what Mojang is going to do. It may not be something worth documenting, and I may just decide, you know what, we'll let this one slip. But I have a feeling that it'll probably be a good April Fool's snapshot. We'll have to wait and see, though. Okay, why are we up here? We need to go back down there and dig. That's why I even got on the world today. Keep it up, never give up. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have no intent on stopping. I've got a lot of people I've got to prove wrong. There's a lot of people who don't believe in me. There's a lot of people who have tried to outright oppose me. And I took that as a challenge. So, every single dream, every single thing that I've ever wanted in my life will happen. I will make it so. Nobody's gonna stop me. Also, this somehow didn't make it into the video. I thought I had it in there, but I must have cut it or something. But all of this is done. We did it on stream, so for those of you who are stream watchers, you've already seen it. I think I do want to do a little bit more work to it, though, because it does need some texturing, at the very least. But it's here. It exists. It's a thing. It's not really meant to be the focal point of the build. So, you know, I'm not overly concerned about it. But kind of the thing about the Forever World that I had in my mind was I was going to do a ton of the small details so that when somebody went around my build and looked at things, they could go, wow, you really looked at all the small things and made a really big thing out of those small things. So I want to go through and like really rethink some of this stuff as well. Because I made it kind of more temporary than I should have. I really should have put more thought into it, and in a lot of these places anyway. How many subscribers do you have? I have 1,657, I think. I can double check that number. 1,659. We're actually moving along pretty quickly, which is kind of surprising to me. I mean, we started the year in January. I think we hit 1,500. Just a couple months later, we've gained 100, 150. You know, it's wild. It's very wild. Just how incredibly lucky I've been the last year, I would say. You know, it's taken years and years of trial and error, of learning and of failing and trying again. But we did eventually hit the 1,000 subscribers. We eventually hit the 4,000 hours of watch time in 365 days. And that's kind of crazy once you really put it into perspective. Like, yeah, it took me 4.5 years, I believe. Yeah, 4.5 years. It took me 4.5 years to do that. That's crazy. But I tried and I tried and I tried again, and you know, a lot of people will try to get in your way and they'll try to tell you you can't do it because everybody wants to do it, and if everybody wants to do it, you just can't. And there's an element of truth to it in the fact that, like, if everybody could do it, they would, you know? If everybody could be a YouTuber, they would. Although I kind of disagree with that sentiment just a little bit, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Everybody likes the idea of being a YouTuber. But I think a lot of people don't actually like being one. And there's like a very small distinction there, but the line is there. A lot of people like the idea of working for themselves. A lot of people like the idea of doing whatever they want, but that's not how YouTube works. You're not working for yourself, and you're not doing whatever you want all the time. You know, I still edit my own videos. I still make my own thumbnails. I still do the really stupidly large planning sessions that I really don't like doing, but I have to do anyway. Actually, the planning is almost the more fun part, honestly, than some of the other parts of YouTube, because you get to dream a little. But, you know, you have to do a lot of the stuff nobody talks about that isn't fun and isn't glamorous, you know? I don't have Mr. Beast on speed dial. Most YouTubers don't. You know, in fact, I don't have, like, very many YouTubers at all, who I could just call up and say, yo, you want to hang out sometime, or you want to play a video game? Like, I don't have that. There's a misconception with what being a YouTuber actually contains in day-to-day life. And, you know, I think if you don't really love the big things enough, the small things will kill you. Because the small things are annoying. Oh my goodness. Making thumbnails can take so much time. Same thing with titles and coming up with quote-unquote viral ideas, you know. There's a lot of things there that just suck when it comes to doing YouTube. But if you're willing... Oh my goodness, there's too many of them. There's too many of them. Let me out. Let me out. Okay. But if you're willing to tough it out on YouTube, you can get somewhere. A lot of people are just afraid to fully commit, I think, sometimes. And I mean, like, obviously fully commit means something different to me than it does to most people, I think. When I say it, I don't mean, like, quit your job and focus only on YouTube. Because that's not realistic for most people. But allowing yourself, rather, to... to really go in and focus on it like it's a hobby or a part-time job even. A lot of people are scared to even do that much because there's a lot of investment there in yourself and in a platform that doesn't even know your name. But now more than ever, it's both easier and harder to be a YouTuber. Purely because there's just that many people who want to be a YouTuber, but also there's that much competition. Yo, bro has a NASA PC. Hello, Peck. Hello, hello. And Rudder. Hello. Hi. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? How can you live while playing? My computer is very beefy. Well, it's actually starting to get old. But for Minecraft standards, it's actually a really good PC. And I've also been streaming a long time. I mean, I've been live streaming since 2021, so 5 years now. So I've got a lot of experience under my belt in playing and streaming at the same time, and thankfully it's led to a lot of good real life skills as well. It's not even just the fact that I can do streams and stuff, or YouTube, whatever. You know, it's just life in general has gotten improved over the fact that I do stream. I know how to talk to people and hold a conversation. There's a lot of cool skills that transfer over from content. Okay, can we get like some of you guys out of there? There's like a lot of you there. Okay. Scatter. Okay, we need to break probably you and you. Okay. That was really loud. I apologize if those were too loud. That was pretty bad. But we needed to do that. That gave us a lot of leather. It gave us a lot of steak. We can actually start cooking steak now, which is good. I'm on mobile. Nice. Everybody starts somewhere. You know, I used to not have a PC. Before I had this, I had a laptop. Before that laptop, I had an even worse laptop. And then before that, I was gaming on consoles. The consoles were arguably better than the first laptop I had. Hard work and dedication will get you guys places. It won't guarantee success, but if you put in the work, somebody will notice it eventually. And in my case, I put in a lot of hours at a job, saved up, bought myself a computer, and, you know, the rest is kind of history in a lot of senses of the word. I want to like actually kind of recap a little bit of my life at some point for people, because the pathway that led me here, I would not have in a million years assumed would have happened. You know, I didn't expect really anything that's happened, and I'm thankful it has, but my life has had a lot of strange coincidences happen to get me here, which is really cool. It's really, really cool. I want to maybe make a video about that. Maybe I'll do that for my anniversary this year. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want to promise anything because I'm behind on promises, and so I don't feel like I get to make any yet. I want to cry. I'm learning from this video. I'm already subbed. Hey, I appreciate ya. I'm gonna try to do a live later while playing Minecraft. Do it, dude. Do it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Ultimately, even if you're not getting views, if you enjoy YouTube, it'll be worth it, you know? You're sharing something that you're doing with other people, which is just a unique thing. Getting views is cool. And I won't admit, I will admit here, I do look at that view count a little bit too much. I care about it a little bit too much, rather. And I really wish I didn't. You know, after every stream, I'm sitting there going, how can I make that view count a little higher than last time? How can I make this video better than the last one? Why is this video not performing and this one is, and so on and so forth. It's hard not to do that. And you should do that if you want to get better at it. But baseline, I enjoy being able to make videos for you guys. And so that's why I do it. But I want to be able to share it with as many people as possible as well. Loves, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to rebrand King Nathan Nog. See if it gets me more views. I don't know, man. That might get you less views. It might get you less. So I'm thinking this will be our pig pen. I think I'll just kind of round it out, and we'll make it like super muddy because the pigs wallow in mud, and that'll kind of look good here. And then down this way we'll do sheep, and I'll do 16 separate pens, one for each color. So we'll just start with one big pen, breed a bunch of sheep, and then start kidnapping them one by one. Amethyst, thank you so much for the raid. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello. What were you guys up to today? I know you've been playing on your Forever World lately, but I didn't catch today's stream, so I don't know what you guys are up to. Where do you live? I live in the United States, somewhere on the East Coast. King always seems to do well. You know, the name carries a certain amount of power with it, I suppose. What's that? Oh. Oh. Cool. Hello, hello. We did some more stuff on the Forever World. Nice. Okay, awesome. How's your stream? We just got started here, it feels like. But it's been a good stream so far. We just murdered a bunch of our cows, so we've got a bunch of orphans over there. And then over here, we're going to be starting to dig up a area for our pigs. And we're going to, like, make some mud and put it all over the ground. And then over here, we'll do some sheep pens as well. Just kind of a digging heavy stream. And then once the pickaxe is, like, near dead, we'll go fishing, as always. Hopefully your stream was good. Raiders and Amy, if you guys need to pop out and raid and run, please feel free to do so. It's a-okay. I know you guys got to do post-stream things. Eat, drink, sleep, do whatever you got to do. But I appreciate the raid nonetheless. No way, I made a bunch of calves orphans too right at the end. Dude, it's blood sacrifices, I guess, you know? You know, I've never done a build like that. Why have I not done that? Like, the closest I've done that is, like, we had a skulk sacrificing chamber, which is kind of like a blood sacrifice because it generates skulk. But why don't we need to... I need to build, like, a giant altar at some point. We're gonna make a blood sacrifice pit at some point. I don't know where. I mean, I can show you guys where our next build location is. After we finish all of this stuff, down this way. Is Voxy not on? I think I may have turned off Voxy. Hang on. Give it a second. Just add the vanilla tweaks data pack for mob heads and put cow heads on the altar. Yes! You're speaking my language now. This is somewhere over here. We're going to be building a town on this hill. And it'll go way out that way. I'm just going to turn off shaders because it's a little faster to load in. We'll be building from at least that point all the way over to here. So somewhere beyond that, we'll have to put an altar out there with some sort of... I don't know what kind of civilization I want to build out that way. But something will have to happen out there, I think. Although we do need to go out there, too. I've got, like, a mushroom village somewhere out there. I don't see it. I've got a bunch of builds dotted around. We need to actually do some of them. I'm from Philippines? Nice. We've got a lot of people from the Philippines. Pretty cool place. Wait, what did I hear? We're gonna sacrifice you to the blood god. Sorry, Water Ghost. Somebody's gotta be the sacrifice, and I'm glad that you volunteered. So we'll cut it here. And then... I'm trying to think how far back I want to do it. Maybe we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, not... Okay. This is how far we're going, because I don't want to deal with water right now. I wish I lived in USA. Well, maybe one day you might end up out here. Who knows? I'd be lying if I said that I hated it here. I genuinely do believe that this is the best place for me to live. You know, maybe it's not perfect, but given a lot of other countries, I could be in a significantly worse place. Yeah, it sucks here sometimes, but you know, every 4 years there's a new experience, to say the absolute least. I refuse to be political, but I think every country has a lot of downsides. You just gotta choose which downsides you can live with and which ones you can't. But I find more often than not where there is a problem in one place, it's pretty much in every place, just to either a lesser extent or a greater extent. But there's always still that problem, usually. Blood for the blood god. Yes, blood for the blood god, let's go! I just realized I was so thirsty. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with me? Wow. Okay, we need hole, right. I'm getting distracted, I'm sorry, guys. So we'll take this out at least. We'll just do it chunk by chunk. So we'll start 3s. We'll do it in strips of 3, that way I know how far back I need to push it there. I gotta be careful of that water cave over there. We can drain it a little bit, but I don't want to mess with it too much. We need to go to the Nether soon. That's kind of also going to be a next episode. I'm going to, like, build, I think... I have a plan for next episode. It was going to be the library, but the library keeps getting shrugged off till later. Which... you know, that's probably not a great thing that I keep pushing it back, but I feel like it might be a good episode 10 build, but I haven't decided on that yet, for sure. But I know I want to do a volcano, I want to do the Nether, I want to build these animal pens. This will probably be like segment, I think this will probably be like a secondary segment in the first half, and then the main beginning would probably be... I'm trying to think what I want the first part to be. I don't know. I do not know. I love baby... 2 times? Hello, welcome on in. Good to see you. W. Wobder. Some of those blocks have a bright orange flash. Do they? If I notice it, I will try to fix it. Someone gifted you? I can't see those, hang on. Somebody gifted me. I'm looking, I'm trying, hang on. I just can't see. Oh my goodness. Thank you, baby 2 times for the jewels. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we need to... Can I pop out that? No? Okay. I'll try... I'm gonna try that and see what that looks like. Okay. Thank you so much, though. I appreciate you, dude. I have noticed the flashing before, Nathan. I'm not entirely sure what's causing it yet. But the more it happens, the more likely I am to be able to do something about it. So I appreciate you letting me know. My guess is it's either the shaders, Voxy. It could be the particles, technically. Or I have a couple of lag mods to help remove lag, and one of those might be causing it as well. I have a question. Do live stream tomorrow? I will probably not be doing a live stream tomorrow. It is April Fool's tomorrow, and unfortunately, I am also very busy on Wednesdays. So I won't be doing our annual April Fool's stream, but I will be trying to cover the April Fool's snapshot from Mojang. They do an April Fool's update every year, and so I like to cover that if I can. And so, it's something that I would like to try to fit in if I can at some point. I beat cancer. Nice. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. It's April in the Philippines, is it? Oh yes, it is. You're right. It's you guys are like 14 hours ahead of me. Well, happy April. How's the future? We're still here in March. It's March 31st here, 8 p.m. Honestly, my March hasn't been terrible. I know a lot of people have said the year's dragging on, and I totally get it. It totally has been dragging on in some places. But honestly, my March has been, like, pretty okay, all things considered. I've also gotten a lot better, just medically speaking. My doctor put me on a new medication, and it's definitely helping. It's not perfect by any means, but it's managed my symptoms a little bit more than what it was previously. So I can't complain too much. Swift, do thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Can't wait for the Minecraft April Fool's update. I'll be back. All right, sounds good 2 times. Just saying, it's April Fool's here already. Hello, Nikita. Hello. Same April Fool's. Yeah, all you Europeans, you guys get April Fool's earlier. I always get so on edge about it. I am paranoid that I've got one friend in specific that I can foresee it coming already. They are going to, like, April Fool me so hard. I'm not looking forward to it because I know I'm going to fall for it probably. But there's a chance that they don't. Like, I could easily just as well see that they do not April Fool me. I just hope they go all out again. Remember the year we got screensavers? Dude, they gave us so many great April Fool's updates. My favorite one might have been the custom dimension one, where you write something in a book and it creates a dimension based on that. That was probably my favorite April Fool's update. I cannot read that font, but I think it says hello. Hello 2 times. Welcome on in. Why are you upside down? Somebody in Twitch told me I would be, so I'm upside down now. Quick question: is there gonna be fishing for ending later, or can I pay my taxes? There will be fishing. Yes. You should stream tomorrow as an April Fool's joke. Hi, Coral. Welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. 230 times total. GG's. I probably won't. I'm going to be very busy tomorrow, but I do know there will be a video pertaining to the Minecraft snapshot. And if I can get it done, I actually have a really cool video planned to go out as well. But I'm thinking I might delay it because I don't want it to come out on April Fool's and you guys go like, is this a joke? It's actually like my best work, I think. I've been working on it for like a couple of months now, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't want it to come out on April Fool's. Every time I have something planned and it's like really, really cool, I'm always worried that April Fool's is gonna ruin it. So I try not to post my stuff then. So it needs to come out this way. You should announce the release of Omnia on April Fool's Day. I'm actually gonna announce the cancellation of Omnia. No, it won't be canceled, but I am gonna delay a lot of the plans. I messed up. I messed up so bad, guys. I feel so bad. I shouldn't have announced as much as I was doing with the game until I actually knew I could do it. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer on that. The game will come out when it comes out. I'm gonna try to put a lot less pressure on myself to actually succeed, and more so just focus on making a good game. The Discord is still gonna be there. I'm still gonna post in it every once in a while, but I'm not gonna be able to promise any release dates or windows for any of that. It's April Fool's Day today for me right now. It is 1 a.m. Hey, well, good morning, Eagle Eye. Hello, hello. Happy April Fool's Day. Hi, Beatrice. She goes by Tris Shirley. Exactly. Exactly. Last year was the roguelike. The year before was Potato, and the year before, I don't remember. Before Potato, I believe, was the Custom Dimension. And then before that was... What was the one before that? I don't know if that's what that means, but I'm gonna trust you on that demo. Thank you. Appreciate you. I just call her something different each time. One day I'll be right and she'll say, "Who told you my name?" You guys should all try to guess my name. I'm trying to think what would go well with your middle name. That's where I'm starting on that, just to base it. That's actually kind of perfect. Okay, so now we just need to go up a little bit. We kind of want to round off the ceiling just a little bit. And then we'll need to dig out the floor so that I can put mud all over it. Post the same... Hang on, what? Just retire again? That's the joke. Post the same retirement video, get a backup of the world from the stream, and announce Omnia again, and restart working on the whole game again like it's the first time you had announced it. That would be so funny. That would be so funny. Oh my goodness. I have a hard time because I don't think anything I do would ever fool you guys anyway. I'm at that point because after the retirement thing, like, I don't think I could ever top that is the problem. And I struggle with that because I always want to do bigger and better things when it comes to jokes. So I have to just kind of lay in wait until I have like better ammunition to use on you guys. The retiring thing was funny though. And it really did revive a project that I hadn't thought about in a decently long time. Made me actually take it seriously. Let's bump it up one more here. It doesn't have to be large, just a little bit bigger. Alright, something like that. And we still gotta, like, I might change up the roof texture just a little bit, because I think leaving it diorite and stone is kind of bad. I think I might pick one. I don't know. We shall see. What do I seem like I'd be? Is it something basic like Charlotte? You're not allowed to guess. Yeah, because I know. It's crazy. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it would start with an L, and I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure you told me it doesn't. I don't know. I do not know. 2025 was Craft Mine, Roguelite Crafting with Infinite Mines. 2024 was Poisonous Potato, Massive Green Dimension of Potatoes. 2023, The Vote, Players Vote for Chaotic Rules. Oh, that one was a cool one. That was a really, really cool one. 2022 is One Block, Pick Up Everything, No Inventory. 2021 was Screensavers, Decorative Desktop Screensavers. No Snapshot. 2020 Ultimate Content, 2 billion random procedural dimensions. Yeah. Okay. The Vote was pretty good. One Block was kind of funny. I forgot about One Block at a Time. Yeah, that one's kind of crazy. That one was kind of crazy. None of you are even close, not even with the vibes. Roblox is gonna be banned in Philippines. Honestly, if they won't take care of their users causing issues and being generally filthy people, I kind of understand why. There's only so much you can do in order to keep a company in line before you have to start saying, well, we can't do business with you. It sucks for people who are using the game and playing it in a way that is appropriate and good, but you also got to protect your children. So I totally get why a lot of places are banning Roblox, why they're banning really any games. I found out just a couple days ago that Mario Kart is banned in, or not banned, but it's rated MA. Or M. I don't know how they do it in Brazil. For some reason MA sounds right, but it's rated the equivalent of M here. Because of gambling-like mechanics. They have loot boxes in the game. And so Mario Kart is rated M in Brazil. Which is interesting, but I kind of get it. I think it's a little silly to a certain extent, but I also don't blame these places for trying to discourage gambling, especially at younger ages. I think it's actually quite admirable. Ba-ba-bum. I fully forgot One Block at a Time. Last year's update was cool, but I feel like it was a little bit insane and they just made a different game. I mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean, all the mechanics were actually pretty much still within the realm of Minecraft. Or they were already in the game. They just put it together in a completely different order to make a crazy game. Which was, I thought it was pretty cool, but I ended up not being able to go back and play it again. Every game has gambling. Minecraft has gambling. Kind of, but I wouldn't say it's like by default gambling. Like, Minecraft by default, like, you could argue parts of it is gambling because it's like RNG. So every swing you take at a mob has a chance to drop an item that you need, and you're trading durability for the chance to get an ender pearl, for example. But I think that's a stretch of the word gambling, at least in the cases of legal terms. But I could definitely see where you could draw a distinction on like online servers where we build stat poker. Like that is gambling. That just is. And you know, I think they do need to crack down on the loot box thing in specific. A lot of games have loot boxes, and they're okay if you don't have to pay money for them. The problem is when you can buy them in order to get some sort of cosmetic out of it, that it becomes a gamble because you're being told you could get this. And I wouldn't have an issue even if you could buy the skin or whatever without gambling. But making it so that you can only actually get the item by gambling, it is a bad philosophy to have in a video game. Hello, Jake the Snake. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Piglin bartering, you give someone currency to someone for a random prize. It's a stretch, but technically gambling. Yeah, that would be the best distinction in Minecraft default, having a gambling system. I mean, I think, yeah, honestly, that's probably the best one. You could probably make it a similarity. And then I would say, I mean, the piglins don't even give you really anything good. Unless you're, like, trying to speedrun. In which case, they do have some pretty decent items there available. I mean, I shouldn't say they have nothing. There are a lot of good items there. I'm actually going to be building a piglin bartering farm on this world at some point. It's on my to-do list. People should make a piglin slot machine. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they haven't. Because you totally could. If all 3 piglins throw the same item, you win. I mean, the odds of it happening are crazy. Because somebody run the numbers on that. What is the statistical probability of 3 piglins dropping the same exact item? Give me a second. Okay, thank you. I really want to know. But I am not going to run the numbers myself. Oh. Of course. Of course there would be issues over here. 0.067. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even lower than that. Roblox has gambling games? They do. They do. Yeah, I think gambling is something that a lot of companies should probably take a harsher stance against. But they probably won't because it makes them a lot of money. So my options right now is we try to go down and maybe go underneath it, or try to go up and go over it, but I don't think either of those are gonna work. Yeah, so what we'll do instead is we'll make a turn. And we'll go this way, I guess. I think this will work. And then we'll do our sheep pens down this way. Theoretically, this will work. I don't know. There's a lot of sheep that we're gonna need. I mean, if we make each pen 10 by 10, then we're gonna need 160 blocks cleared out at minimum. And then that doesn't include the walkway between each of those pens. That doesn't include the ceiling space. Like, there's a lot of blocks that we have to clear. Man, I'm sorry. I'm tired, guys. I've had my family, my siblings have come over a couple of times. So my brother and his family came over a couple of days ago, and then they left. And then my sister and her kids came over yesterday and stayed part of today, and then left. So, I was on uncle duty. And yeah, I'm wore out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm wore out. 0.61%, or about 1 in every 164 barters. Okay. Wow, that's actually a lot more probable than I thought it would be. So that would be like a jackpot. I would say... there's gotta be some other win conditions, probably. Hello, Islamo. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. I like that idea, though, Swifto. I might... I've been wanting to dip into... like, Redstone a little bit more. I might try to make a piglin slot machine for a YouTube video, just for the lulz. Well, piglin trades have rarities, so like 3 soul speed books would be a jackpot. Yes, yes. I'm not entirely certain what you're saying there, Islamo. I'm sorry. Does anyone know how much 2 YouTube jewels are worth? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little confused. It says sent 100 for 2 jewels. And it said comboed X2 100 for 2 jewels. I'm not entirely certain what in the world that means. It's a little wacky. Sorry, I have to do that. No worries, Demo. Appreciate you being here. Jewels? Yeah, that's what they're called. They're basically bits, I think, but they're kind of more like, I think they're rubies on TikTok or something like that. They're kind of more like that, I think. Jewels. Haha, funny story. 2 cents? Are you making that up because I said they're like bits? Or are you saying that because that's the equivalent? I'm just curious because it doesn't say on YouTube, as far as I'm aware. So I remember I looked at it and we couldn't... Okay, there's this weird thing about YouTube. So, viewers buy jewels, okay? And then those jewels get turned into another currency on the creator's side. And I can't remember what currency it gets turned into. Hang on. I can tell you guys. So, gifts. Supers and gifts. So, yeah, revenue from gifts is determined by rubies earned while live. So you earn rubies based on jewels that people give you. And YouTube does it so that they can run promotions on the jewels. And it essentially just means that people might buy them for more or less, and the creator will get... and the creator will get whatever they get because of that. The conversion rate is like always so different. It's basically their way of making sure that they don't fall into the trap that Twitch is in, where Twitch can't ever raise the price on bits because people will go, I know that you just like, I'm spending $1.40 and I'm only getting $1 to give to my favorite creator. That's terrible. Whereas YouTube, nobody knows how much their jewels are actually worth to the creator, because even the creator can't tell you, because we don't know. It changes based on the day, if I'm not mistaken, because that's how TikTok does it as well. I think we'll do that, because that fixes that water issue there. Possibly. Jewels turn into rubies. Actually, that's only 1 cent. 2 jewels is 1 ruby, and each ruby is 1 cent. So what does... Why does it say cent 100 for 2 jewels? Was 100 like the sticker or emoji that they selected? It looks like it. I think. Maybe. I don't know. Hello, I'm Muslim. Hello, welcome on in. Do 45, 45, 45. What? Oh, Nikita, 45 stream streak. Thank you very much. I appreciate ya. I figured it was a watch streak. I just didn't know who. Okay, there's water above us as well. Islamo, English only, please. Thank you. Do like this, and we need to go basically this way, probably like... Great. It's not like I'm gonna run into this a lot, so I will deal with it later. It'll be alright. Think 45 is second highest? Probably. I can't think of... If you're asking for a Java account, the answer is no, friend. I would highly encourage you to save up the $30 and buy it yourself. Most people don't really appreciate begging in their chats because we don't make enough money for that. Twitch should implement a streak leaderboard. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they don't have one. That's one of the coolest things about Twitch is the competitiveness. I think some of it is a little bit too monetized competitiveness. But I am a fan of how competitive you can be here and it not be like looked down upon or anything. I'm also kind of bummed out they don't have like a channel point leaderboard by default. I think that should 100% be a thing. Make it so that you could share how many channel points you have. So that way people could go, yeah, I actually have this much, and share it to chat so that it appears as a special type of message. That way people don't just go, oh, no way, you're lying, dude. Like, they'd have actual proof. I don't know. I think there's a lot of cool things that Twitch could do. And they have a lot of cool plans coming up, if I'm not mistaken. It's just they take their sweet time on stuff. YouTube as well. I don't think I've been able to talk to you guys about this yet, but I mentioned on my stream a couple days ago, I believe, that YouTube wasn't really pushing my live streams as much, and that other people on the internet were saying that they were having issues as well. Apparently YouTube has been notified of the issue, and they are working on a fix. Live streams are not getting the correct amount of views. And, so that's good to know. That's really good to know. Maybe I don't suck as bad as I thought I did. Maybe it was the algorithm being a little bit broken. Who knows? I would have the most if I didn't gamble. That is true. Gambling leads to a lot of loss. Grum. I also looked briefly right before stream at adding the Jeb underscore tag. It is something I want to do, and I will do it. I just got to figure out how to actively change the overlay so that it will cycle between the rainbow colors gradually and not I guess abruptly flash colors at people. You get a good amount of YouTube live viewers though. I get a decent amount, but it's not what it used to be. And I feel pretty confident that it should be more because other YouTubers who are very, very well respected, I've noticed their numbers going down as well. Fwip is one that I can name specifically. I saw his tweet out there. You know, he's a guy who pulls a lot of views on Twitch already, but he does pull quite a lot on YouTube as well. But he's noticed that his are way down as well. So I feel confident enough that if it's happening to him, it's probably happening across the board. Like, yeah, I do get a pretty good amount, and I'm not, like, trying to sound ungrateful or anything, but it's not the amount it should be. So it's just a question of what it'll look like when YouTube actually does fix it. If they ever get around to it, which they usually do. When they say they're gonna do something, they usually get on it. So I'm not too concerned about it. Twitch is one of those companies that you gotta be careful of, though. they will promise something and then you may not see it for like 2 years. I'm really bummed out they removed the memories badge thing. Like, that was one of their coolest features that they added. And then they kind of just got rid of it, but the page still exists on the creator side. And it's because they haven't, like, fully removed the feature. So it exists, but you can't add in new memories, which kind of sucks. They just said that people weren't using it enough, so that they were just gonna stop spending time on it and work on other features. My old problem with the memories was they wouldn't let us edit where the memory actually took place. So by the time I realized that it was time to make that into a, I think it was actually called a moment. I don't remember. But by the time I realized that I needed to make that a thing, I was already well past the time, so I couldn't go back and actually move the clip to the right spot. I couldn't, sometimes changing the name was a little bit problematic. And it didn't always give everybody the badge that deserved it. So it made me a little frustrated to use it. And again, I had to remember to use it as well. So I'm trying to think. We'll do a sheep pen on this side. I'm just trying to think. This is gonna have to be really long. So 16 times, let's go 12. Or I guess divide it by 2, probably, because we'll do 1 pin on either side, so that'll be 8 pins. 12 blocks long, 96 blocks. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 7, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 70, 8, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 80. Okay. 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Oh. Where are we? That might be a problem. Are you gonna watch the Artemis 2 launch tomorrow? When is it? I might. That would be pretty fun. I think. Where's the hole? Uh-oh. I might have gotten lost. Ah, right here. Okay. You know what? Let's just cut it off there and assume that we have something long enough, because I did miscount a little bit. I already know that for certain. And then some of the pins will be a little bit longer, but not as wide. So it should be okay, I think. Probably. 2224 UTC scheduled to launch 1824 EDT. I might be able to do that, yeah. I'll be awake at the very least, so I might as well. Let me set an alarm or a reminder to turn it on, that way I don't miss it. Artemis to launch. Not at 2 p.m. Silly. Okay. Not for tonight either. Tomorrow. There we go. Okay. I have that on the list now. I can link a live stream in Discord if you like. Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. Actually, that would be perfect. There's a couple of people that I usually watch it from when I do pull up the rocket launches. But if I already have a link to one, then that makes my job so much easier. That would be amazing. To the moon, heck yeah. You guys have no idea how excited I was when they announced that they were doing moon missions again. Because as a kid, I always wondered why we didn't go back. And I know I'm gonna get immediately met with, well, that assumes that they ever did go. And, like, I get it. I get it. You can doubt. I'm not gonna, like, argue against that today. But, you know... Oh. That's problematic. Okay. I'm not gonna be here to tell you guys what to believe when it comes to moon missions and what have you. That's not my job. But I think it blew my mind that we would rather go to Mars than back to the moon, because I always knew in my head, like, anywhere that we wanted to go in space, we needed stations between here and there. There's just no way that you get from Earth burning up almost all of your fuel trying to leave the atmosphere to then go beyond the moon. And of course, that's what they ended up doing, was they're putting a refueling station circling the moon. And that's awesome. That is sick. I think we should be building colonies on the moon, honestly. Like, I understand why... Like, it's cool to have a colony on Mars, but we should definitely do it on the moon first, because... it's a lot closer to Earth, so if something were to go wrong, we could actually mobilize a team to get there a lot sooner to helpfully save as many lives as possible if there were an emergency. It would be like a trial run, essentially. Now, obviously, I don't believe they're doing any colonies on the moon, but I think that would have been the best place for them to have done it, in all honesty. There's probably a lot of laws and regulations about it, if I had to guess, that they made it difficult, whereas Mars, nobody's claimed dibs on. And I'm assuming there's probably a little bit of a competitive race of sorts where once America gets really, really close, well, it's going to be a SpaceX thing. Like, no mistake about that. But it'll be under a NASA contract, probably, that we put the first person on Mars. Once that's a lot closer, other countries will start taking notice and want to hop in on the hype and try to get there before everybody else to claim some territory or whatever. And that's kind of one of those like, it's not heavily thought about, I guess. I'll be in this chat today. Hello, James. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Voided. Hello. Hi. How are you doing? What do you do about property on other planets? Because nobody can. A country can't claim it. It goes back to, like, old laws, I guess, you know? Like, back in the day, we just took whatever we wanted because nobody could stop us or we said we owned it. But what do you do about the moon? Like, you gotta be able to get there first and foremost. Are we gonna reserve parts for other people of other countries? Probably not. I know people. They're greedy. You know, I struggle with that concept in my head, and I haven't quite decided how I'm going to even implement it into Omnia. But, you know, I always do wonder how that will happen, because, I mean, technically there is no... You don't have to have a country in space, technically speaking. Like, as long as you have the logistics to support it, you could go up there by yourself. So I do kind of wonder what will happen with that. You're not going to have, like, a United States in the space. You're not going to have... a England in space, I don't think. You might have colonies that are made largely of people from those areas originally, but I don't foresee it being like this colony is owned by the people of England like that. I could see it being government sponsored, but what are they going to do when the people revolt and say, we're not your colony anymore? Like what are they going to do? All the colonies are going to be self-sufficient up there. They don't need government funding from Earth. So I haven't quite wrapped my head around that. I might just have to wait and see how it shakes out. Good. Got off work and I'm in a good mood. Lots of energy. Hey, that's good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. I've been in Florida the last week and we'll be leaving tomorrow. Nice. Florida's fun. It's a good time of the year to be there. It's not too hot. It's not cold. It's just right. Depending on where you've been in Florida, I should say. There are some places in Florida where it does get too hot around this time of year, but very rarely. Usually anywhere you go, there's enough of a breeze. I think I'm gonna do a 3 here. I'm in Tampa. Okay, nice, nice. Gulf Coast. In that case, yeah, it's perfect weather, I would say. It'll probably be like Antarctica, where they claim areas of the land rather than the whole thing. More than likely, but the other thing is who's going to stop people from claiming more than what more than what they're allowed to have. Like, only so many countries can even launch a rocket successfully. And even beyond that, how many countries realistically will actually launch a rocket within a reasonable time span to go to their claimed peace before somebody else tries to yoink it? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'm just kind of yapping here for the sake of yapping. I would like to believe that nobody would do such a thing and they would all be patient. But I also have been a part of the human race for long enough to know that we're greedy people. We're terrible, greedy little thieves, and we like to take what's not ours. Also, I am sweating puddles today, guys. I'm starting to soak through my shirt. I might have to change shirts here in a minute because this one's like a little thicker. I thought it was gonna be a warm or a cool day today, and then the weather flipped on me and it's in the 70s, 80s. So it's a little toasty today. Will Omnia have character customization? Yes, it will. I actually have talked a little bit about this, and I'm kind of considering, because I'm wanting to redo the build process in Omnia. I'm thinking about building an order of features that you'll interact with. So main menu first, and then the character customizer, and then the however the player spawns in, and so on and so forth until the game is complete, essentially. Just continually adding onto the end of whatever I had added last. So I kind of thought about it a little bit today on what that would look like. And I've talked about it before. The character customizer is going to be pretty in-depth. I would argue it's more in-depth than even like things like The Sims. The Sims has a really good character customizer. The issue is just there's a lot of preset. And I hate having to pick shapes. I hate having to pick sizes and pre-selected colors. So Omnia is going to be a little bit more loose on that. You'll have certain sections of area on the face that you can select, and then you can stretch it out to make it a little wider, or thin it out, squeeze it down to make it thinner. And you'll have that on several locations. And I want this one bothers me a lot because I see it everywhere. Again, I think skin tones, there will definitely be presets to help people pick a tone that's at least similar to what you'd see in normal day-to-day life. But also, I see no reason why somebody shouldn't be able to select green. So you can pick whatever color you want. You can put in your own color code. Are people going to totally make crazy things with that? Absolutely. And that's kind of the joy of a character customizer. It bothers me so much when companies lock so much of that down. Let people go crazy with it. Hair. It bothers me so much that there's never a hairstyle I like in video games. So, or facial hair too. This one bothers me a lot, is the facial hair. So I want to add like a painter onto it, so you can paint on facial hair especially. You can control how long it is. You can control where it grows. That way you don't have to mod the game for certain styles. And then for your head hair as well. In a perfect world, hair physics would be like a thing that you could turn on. But it wouldn't be worth the rendering, I don't think. physics for hair is just a pain in the butt anyway. But I would like to have it so that you could style it in some sort of menu. That way you could make your own style within the game without having to import it from somebody else. Hello, Kuya. Welcome on in. Hello, Raiders. Hello, hello. How are you doing? How was your stream today, if you don't mind me asking? We are just digging on my Forever World. We've got a really big hole here. We're gonna build sheep pens out this way eventually. And then we've dug out this little spot for pigs. And this is all near our cow farms, which our cows are almost all grown up, so I need to go harvest some wheat, feed them all again. So that way we can do another harvesting before we end today, whenever that might be. Bringing our family to yours with a hashtag Big Bro Raid. Appreciate you very much. There you go. Sorry, my computer froze up hard just as soon as I raided. Oh no. That's okay. I completely get it. My computer's been freezing up pretty bad too. I don't know if it's the graphics drivers that are just starting to be problematic. I know they've been getting worse, generally speaking, but I don't know for certain that that's what's causing my issues. I was just trying some of the combo mod. Ooh, nice. Okay. I know a lot of people who play Cobblemon, and they really enjoy it. I never got into it, but I also wasn't really super into Pokemon. So, I see the appeal, definitely. I have actually logged on to a Cobblemon world once, because my friend made me do it. And it wasn't too bad. It was enjoyable. I would sit back and relax on it. I've liked it so far. I'm not a big modded guy. I prefer Vanilla Plus. That's the same lane I usually sit in. It's just my style. I don't know. I can't get into like the whole energy production. I can't get into most of the new modded materials that people make. You know, some of that is just because it adds so much at once that it makes the game feel completely different. Whereas the way we play Minecraft, you know, it changes slowly over time. If Mojang were to add a whole new system to the game, people would be so mad, I think. Because it would feel so different. Because it would change the whole gameplay loop. I've been having that black screen flashing issue again recently. Same one you had before. That's so weird. I still have that. It happened to me twice today. But I don't know if you guys have noticed. My face cam is not flashing green anymore. My mic is not crackling right now. It might be now. I don't know. I haven't been able to hear it since I turned up the gain today. But I had to turn up the gain. I feel so strange because I haven't touched anything. Outside of, like, a couple of driver updates, that's the only thing I could think may have fixed it, but I'm perplexed how that would have broken anything either. It's confusing nonetheless to me. That's the point of what I was trying to say there. Okay, are we good? Yeah? Okay. Just gonna eat you. And then... boop. Okay. I don't hear any crackling? Nice. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm really glad, actually. I feel like like most mods / mod packs have a natural ending point. They don't feel limitless like vanilla does. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's usually why I end up not playing on a lot of my friends' servers when they do modded. Is I genuinely at a certain point feel like I don't want to play anymore because I've done everything that the mods have to offer. And I know those worlds will reset because everybody else has already quit playing. With vanilla, it's a lot easier to sit there and play longer because you know there will be another update that adds new features. And the game loop isn't tied around progression. It's rather tied around whatever you want to do. I feel like a lot of those mods, they kind of force you down a path. And you have to follow it, otherwise you get left behind or something. Same. My world is a forever vanilla survival. Heck yeah, dude. Outside of the, like, quality of life and visual enhancement mods, mine's pretty much vanilla, too. I might be adding a couple of data packs at some point. But I haven't quite determined which ones it would be yet. Nothing game-changing, but probably just, like, vanilla tweaks kind of stuff. And I'd be a pretty happy guy, I would say. Also, Kuya, I forgot to say it, but if you need to raid and run, do any of the post-stream things, please feel free to do so, dude. You're a legend. Appreciate ya. But don't feel like you gotta stick around. I know it's getting a little late, and you might also be hungry or anything like that. We got a few data packs and a few client-side mods to help. Nothing game-changing either. Yeah. It's just the way to go with it. I wish I enjoyed modded. I really do. I want to try to actually get into modding the game and see if I can design a mod that I like. Because I want to make a mod that essentially is if I was in charge of Minecraft, these are the updates I would add to the game. But it's a little more learning than I have time for. Because I like what Mojang does. I really do. I want to make sure I specify that before I say this. But also, I've been playing the game so long that I have some pretty unique opinions. I also still very much love Minecraft for what it is. Whereas I think a lot of the player base, they don't even play the game and they complain. When they're not the target... they're not the target audience anymore. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I don't think... If you're not going to play the game, you shouldn't voice opinions on it, necessarily. Or I guess your opinion shouldn't be as weighed as carefully as somebody who does actively play the game. I feel like we're on the same wavelength. Oh, absolutely. More than likely. There's just a few things that I want in Minecraft, and I would probably add it, like, within the first year. Because I want to make it into a video. So it would be... I would use the drops system, because I wouldn't just change how Mojang works. It would probably be year 1 would be 4 drops, like always. We would finish up Vibrant Visuals. We would add the Vulkan support, all that for Java. We would upgrade the multiplayer system for Java as well, bringing over the Microsoft Friends system. Not forcing people over to it. Like, you don't have to use it, but you're already on a Microsoft account, so you might as well get the full benefit of it. That way you can do parties and invite people over to your world through a press of a button instead of having to go through and use, what is it, Essential, I think? Or doing port forwarding to host a local world. Make it super easy for people to invite each other to a world. I think that would be a big thing that Java could have. Because there's a lot of people, like me, for example, I want to play just, like, a couple of times with a friend. I don't want to, like, buy a server for it. I just want to play a couple of games, a couple of days of survival with them. That would make my life so much easier. And it would make my friends' lives so much easier, because they're not really all that technical. Feature-wise, there's a couple of things I would want to bring. Some new biomes. I would want to bring... Cat, welcome on in. It's good to see you. What did I come up here for? Torches. Torches, right. You know, I want to bring in some new biomes. I think, we need... I don't think Mojang should speedrun adding all the wood types, but I do think they should probably pick up the pace just a little bit. You know, we've got pale oak, which is a white wood. I think we need a gray wood. I think it's about time that we get something that sets between some of the tones that we've got. I know we've got a ton of gray blocks, but I think a gray wood would be really nice. We, of course, need a lot more purples and blues. So a purple wood would be nice. A blue wood that is different to warped wood, because I think warped wood was good. It doesn't hit the type of blues that we need. I think some of it is also just they're struggling a little bit with... They added... Mojang had a lot of good years. They had a lot of good years. So when they've moved to this new system, it's still very similar to the good years that we've been having, but it's just, it feels a lot slower that we're getting anything that we actually really want. But it's actually fixing a lot of our gameplay complaints that we've had. I think concrete, stairs, slabs, walls, etc. is a must-have. People have been asking for them for years. I 100% agree with that. I think we need to get some consistency and add all of the stairs and slabs variants for all the crafted stones like they said they would add. I think all the stone blocks should get the tough treatment and get chiseled. They should get bricks. They should get polished. They should get their base form. I think there should also be a cobbled form of most of these blocks as well. Although, like, I think this is considered cobbled granite, if you ask me. It already looks pretty cobbled. Cracked mossy. Yes, thank you, Nathan. Thank you. Yeah. We need all of those variants for any crafted stone as well. And that would fix a lot of the issues. It would add a ton of blocks. Don't get me wrong. Like, this might be a slow rollout of things that they add over time. But I don't foresee them just leaving it the way it is. Because it is kind of annoying not having some of that stuff. I think, I would also really... I go back and forth on this one. I really want to see a way to combine your slabs into one block. Because, man, does it bug me, okay? I sometimes have, like, too many wooden slabs. And it's like, I would like to combine that all back into one plank, please. That's all I want. I understand that some of that is because, like, some of the blocks can't be because they're used in a recipe. Like, is it chiseled quartz, I think? That is crafted by 2 quartz slabs, or it might be quartz pillar or something like that. But one of them is made by combining 2 slabs together. So that alone makes it so that you can't just put 2 slabs in a crafting table and boom, you get your full block back. But I would really love to see that come back in some way. And I don't know what that would look like yet. I haven't gotten to experiment with the sulfur cube, but I saw some people messing around with it in the Bedrock beta. It looks cool. But there's a few things that I'd like to see brought to that as well that probably won't get added because it wasn't in the initial scope. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong and they'll prove me wrong. Who knows? But I think a mob that emits redstone signal would be so cool. So if you put like a redstone block inside of it, it would emit redstone power. It would be so cool. Oh my goodness. It's more of a cyan. Yeah, I would agree with you there, Coral. Cracked Mossy Deep Slate. That would be nice. Mossy Deep Slate would be so good. Oh my goodness. I would even be okay with seeing like a Skulk variant of it. I don't know what you would call it. Because Skulky Deep Slate wouldn't work, but it would essentially be like the Mossy variants, but covered in Skulk. But we may see that when they add whatever the new dimension is. I would also like to add my own end update into the game. Not because I think we need a crazy end update, but just because I think there's some implementations of it that would be really cool. Deep Skulk. Ooh. You might be cooking with that one. You might be cooking with that one. I'm trying to think of some other things that we could bring to Minecraft. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy that we can't, that parrots don't, lay eggs. I kind of think that's a little wild. So I would kind of like to add that to the game, maybe. I don't know if that would be worth it, though. I would be interested in experimenting with a villager rebalance within my own update scheme. Same thing with the PvP combat snapshots that they were testing. I would like to revisit some of those and see if we could implement that into a full mod. I'd kind of like to bring some new biomes to the overworld and Nether. I don't know. I'm gonna have to write it down at some point, but it would kind of be like a multi-part series, and then I would release the mod to you guys as well. So it would be like part 1 would be year 1, and I'd give you guys like the 4 drops essentially. Or I may just do drop 1 and then say, yeah, I'm gonna continue to update this mod and give you guys more and more features as it goes on, and it'll stay up to date with the current game. So that way, you guys could play with those features like they were vanilla. I don't know though. Part of me goes, I don't know if I would even play with those features myself, because I want people to know what I'm doing when I'm playing the game. I don't want people constantly asking me like, oh, are you You're playing modded. Well, what's in this mod? And it's like, I've never heard of that one. It's like, yeah, it's because I made it. You know, I feel like some of it is, you know, if I were playing a modded version of the game, it would probably be a little different. I could slip it in a lot easier. I don't know, though. Other things I'd love to see Mojang do is bring in all the old mob votes. Maybe a slight Phantom rework, because I think the Phantom probably needs a little bit of one. It doesn't need, like, anything crazy, but it could use a little bit more, a little bit more thought, I think. Okay. So yeah, we are pretty much at the edge of that. This might be enough to get us started for the sheep. I say started. We're not going to do the sheep today. But we have the hallway dug out for it. So that's as much as that. That's what matters most right now. Sorry. I am going to take a quick, like, short break. Really quick. I just need to go grab some water because I am, like, burning. And then we'll come back and we'll go fishing for a little bit. But I am, like, on fire, it feels like. So I'm gonna go get some water so I'm not sweating. Well, I am actually sweating through my shirt. I'm not gonna turn around and show you guys. Just trust me. Pickaxe lasted longer than expected. Honestly, yeah, I thought it would have broken a lot sooner, but it's got a lot of life left in it. We'll go fishing after this. I'm just gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back. Hang on. I gotta stand up. Oh. To give you guys an idea of how hot it is, my phone looks like it's a little damp. And it's because I'm sweating even through my jeans a little bit. It is hot. Like, you have any idea how much sweat it takes to get through denim? What the heck? What the heck? Hello, Admiral. Thank you for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. All right, let's go fishing. Where is it? There we go. A little moist. It is. It's very moist. I am very, very, very moist. When is the weather gonna like stay like this for a little bit, or do I need to just tough it out? Okay, the weather is gonna stay like this for a couple of days, and it's gonna change again. Hang on. This might come through on the mic. Let me know if it does. I'm gonna change the ceiling fan over to cool instead of heat mode, and that should help. Give me a second. Let's roll with that and see how it goes. That should help a little bit. If you guys hear any like air hitting the mic, let me know and I will try to adjust things a little bit. This is gonna have to be like the summertime adjustment. Oh, that's so much better. Oh my gosh. Just I have bask in this for a minute. Wow. I'm sorry. That fixed a lot of problems for me. I didn't see that message. Snuck in with the ads notification. Yeah, Admiral's hiding, sneaking on in. You're doing well in life if you own a ceiling fan. I cannot live without one, honestly. I don't know how I would have ever done it. Well, where I grew up, you couldn't really live without one. Yeah, when I lived in Florida, we had them in every room. Because Florida's just that hot. I'm pretty sure when I lived in all of the other states, we had ceiling fans too. We've just kind of been that lucky. I know not everybody has them. I don't know if I could do it without a ceiling fan, honestly. They're just... Oh my goodness. Here they're not... I'm sorry, that air. I'm trying not to brag, but that air, dude, I'm so sorry. That is amazing. It's not actually too expensive to get them here. The problem that usually comes into play is, do you know how to wire it? Or does the wiring even exist? Pretty much here, anywhere that you could stick a light fixture, you could probably stick a ceiling fan. You just got to be able to mount it is the big thing. Which I would argue most people do not know how to mount it, which means that you got to call a handyman to come do it, and that's expensive. That is really expensive. I've done it. I've not done it by myself, but I've helped my dad a number of times hang ceiling fans. It's not hard, but if you've never done it before, it is easy to mess up. I'm gonna take that. We'll put more stone in there. It is definitely easy to mess up. And it's not really a okay, I shouldn't say it's not a one-person job. It can be done by one person. I personally would not feel comfortable doing it alone, though. Like, having one person there to just hold it still so you can screw it all in, it makes the world of difference. My dad, on the other hand, he does tend to get a little impatient sometimes, and so he'll do it by himself, and I'll walk in on him trying to put it together. And you know, he gets pretty far. He does the hard part alone. It's the easy parts that usually take a little bit more time, but it's because he's exhausted by then. Also, we need to fish. We need to do a prediction. We need to do a prediction. Let me come up here really quick, and we'll fish for a little bit. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Set a timer for 30 minutes. Okay. Alright guys, prediction time. Mending today, yes or no? You guys get 5 minutes to put some channel points on the line. And if you guys are right, then I guess we'll be happy. Well, I'll be happy if you vote yes and you're right. I should phrase it that way. I personally, as myself, will be very happy. If you vote against me and you're right, I'll just be sad. Because you didn't believe in me, or something like that. I'm not gonna check any of the books until predictions are in, and then we'll start looking at them. Because I'm sure I'll catch at least one book within 5 minutes. Although sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do not. Oh. Okay. Oh my goodness. It is cooled down by at least 3 degrees. Which isn't a lot. Well, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're talking the difference between 80 and 77, it's a big enough difference. Especially when it's air, like, actually blowing. Man. I'm sorry, when I get a house, every room, ceiling fan, immediately. Just, it's gonna have to happen. So I've already caught one book. Will it be a mending book? We will have to wait and see. I've already been bet against. 1,347 on no. I respect the audacity. I hope you're wrong. Oh, man. Also, it's 9:30, okay. I was gonna say, I think it's getting close to 10. It is. It'll be about 10 when we end. I've got the next Forever World episode ready. That'll be coming out hopefully this weekend. I just realized I didn't have my pickaxe in my offhand. That will I kind of need it there in order to heal it, so we'll hold off offhanded there. Okay. What was I saying? All right, Forever World video hopefully this weekend. Got everything ready for that. Probably a video, another video sometime this week. Probably one about the snapshot tomorrow, whatever that might be. And then the video I'm really proud of will come out at some point this week as well, probably. I've got... I'm canning one of the projects that I spent a lot of time on. And I'm gonna just upload that on a second channel as like a deleted video. Because I'm not happy with how it turned out at all. I spent a lot of time on it, like probably about 10 hours, and it just is not turning out good. So I'm gonna finish it, but I'm not gonna post it on the main channel. That'll go on the archives, and it'll be done. It'll live there, at some point. I just gotta actually finish it, which will be a later problem. Amongst other videos that will go on that channel. I'm trying to think. I need to get the King SMP Season 3 video done. Once that's done, I can be kind of not done with King SMP. I might do a couple of other videos about it, but I don't want to, like... I want to take, like, a short break from it. And then I'll start working on plans for Season 4. Where I'll be able to actually sit and talk with you guys about it. Which will be good. Somebody voted 10 on yes. I'm gonna assume that was Admiral. Alright, let's see if this is over already. Knockback to Efficiency 4. That is a good book. But it is not mending, so... we continue fishing. Also, did it cancel my timer? There it is. Okay. It's only on my watch for some reason. What time do April Fool's updates normally come out? Debating if I should wake up early to watch it. I did 10. Oh, okay. Nice. Play it. Okay. I'm pretty sure they come out usually around noon. I find most snapshots come out around 11 for me. So 11 to 1. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. is usually where it comes out for me. So an hour behind that for you. So 10 to 12, I think. I don't think you'll get it, but someone has to take Coral's points if you do. You know what? I appreciate that. Can't let the points go to waste. It's respectable. I'll probably check it out when I get home. Probably. It's kind of weird how that goes. I don't know why they pick that time exactly, other than it just works across all the places. Gives them enough time to fix any last-minute bugs, but it also gives them enough time that if there's something catastrophic, they can fix it before they all leave the office or something. I don't know. I can Google it during school, or the news might reach us. You know, it could be crazy. They could just add everything we've ever wanted. Okay, hear me out. What if Mojang, for their April Fool's update this year, didn't April Fool us, but just straight up released an update? Like, not Chaos Cube, but they bring in, like, full-on end update, plus new dimension, plus all these random features that we've been waiting for, like all the mob votes and biome votes, and they just drop it and then pretend it didn't happen. And it's an official part of the game. Like, it's not just like snapshot testing for like a silly little snapshot. It's gonna be a Minecraft movie April Fool's joke. Wait, that actually... that could actually work. Can you guys believe it's been a year since the Minecraft movie? They're gonna add Jack Black or something. Oh my gosh. If they added Jack Black, or if they just added like the entirety of a Minecraft movie into the game just for April Fools, I wouldn't complain. I bet that is the update. Honestly, I didn't consider that. Jack Black was at F1 last weekend doing the flag, really? That is actually insane. Bro does side quests. And you know what? I respect it. If I were rich and famous, I'd be going to all these things too, I think. Or they make, like, every mob be a chicken jockey. It's like cows are on a chicken jockey cow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they could do it. It would kind of go with Mounts of Mayhem, you know? It's Mounts of Mayhem Part 2. Other thing, okay, hang on, hear me out. Minecraft 6.7. And in Minecraft 6.7, all your stack sizes are now 6-7. Anytime you kill a mob, it drops a multiple of 67 items. So it's either 67 or ×2 or ×3, whatever. Every durability is 6-7. Every world that you generate uses the seed 6-7. And Steve, he does the 6-7 thing anytime, any place. And oh yeah, Steve gets a voice line voiced by Jack Black where he says 6-7. Honestly, wait, Minecraft voice acted would make a killer April Fool's snapshot. Steve gets some new voice lines where he says it's Steving time, and then he Steves everywhere. The villagers get a new rework of voice sounds. Hear me out, guys. We're cooking. That wouldn't even take them, like, any time whatsoever to do. Except they just gotta pay somebody to lend their voice to it. And that's the one thing I don't know about. Would they be able to do that? Like, April Fools, they don't usually dump money into. It's usually just something that... I mean, they put a little bit of time into it, but the developers make... The developers make it pretty much, like, the week of, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they decide on the theme beforehand. Oh, there we go. Guys. We have the disc. Oh boy, we gotta play it. 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 I think this is my first jukebox. Just make sure that got clipped. I'm sorry. That'll be in a video. Trust me, guys. What timing, by the way? I know. Crazy. And just like this, I will summon all the 8-year-olds of the internet with one song. with one song. I'm seriously convinced it's gonna be a Minecraft movie April Fool's joke. They add everything from the movie. Everything is a chicken jockey. I see nothing wrong with that. Play it in a meadow, get the achievement. This one isn't. Does that work in like all meadow with all music discs? Sorry. I guess it does. Oh, I don't know where my nearest meadow is, but we'll have to make that happen. That is so loud. Hang on. For some reason, I thought it was only what is it called? Other side for some reason. What does that imply? How do you Steve everywhere? I'm going to Steve all over you. I'm going to Steve. It's Steving time. Just wait till they find out that Brian is a hero. It's gonna go crazy. We're gonna win Mending just by Lava Chicken, okay, guys? This works. Trust me. Trust. There is no other music disc I would have made a jukebox for. I'm sorry. This is peak. Without this, like, my life would be stale. You know, honestly, I'm kind of surprised this ever got added to the game. Like, it's canon now that villagers sing. Sometimes. There's also just dubstep randomly. Does this count as dubstep? I might be a little off genre on that one. It might be closer to EDM, just umbrella term. Do we have any other music discs? I just realized I might not even have any other music discs. The fact that we saw Chicken Jockey, just mind-blowing. Do we have... It's kind of dubsteppy. Okay, I'm glad I'm not out of line on that one. We have 13. I don't... Do we listen to 13, guys? I don't want to listen to 13. I think we're gonna... I think we're gonna veto that one. Just before anybody takes me seriously on that one. Is it an axe? Yes. Okay. There we go. Oh, my first jukebox. We need to build like a some sort of... Maybe we could do in our new town, whenever we build that up on the hill, we'll add like a tavern. And we could have a jukebox with all of the music discs. We could go on like a music disc hunt after when we build it, so that we can well, so that we can have every music disc, I guess. I don't know what good it would serve other than just to have it, but that's kind of, to be honest, what's the point of any of this if we're being 100% real, you know? Other than to just have it. Like, this might be a little too deep of a topic, I don't know. But what's the point of me building any of what I build here? Other than to just do it. So I guess, like, yeah, go get the music discs. Get every single one of them. Every single one. And go get... Oh, man. I really want to do that armor idea I mentioned earlier. All the armor, including all the different leather colors. Plus every single armor trim on every single type of armor. So, and every material. So there's a lot there. But it would be so fun. Because if you did even just one every stream or just one every day, it would take a long time to get done, but eventually you would. And it wouldn't be like a crazy amount of time. Like if I just did it every stream, it would be like over the course of 100 streams or something like that, I think is what we calculated. And obviously I could dedicate several streams to just doing it really quickly. The worst part is just all the materials. You know, most of that stuff you can't farm. Chat. That's book number 2. That is book number 2. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. Okay. We got mending. Good night, King. Was fun lurking. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it, loves. Get some rest. Appreciate ya. GG's. GG's indeed. GG's indeed. Alright, let's choose prediction outcome. Mending today, yes. No. Thank you for the points. Crazy, Coral, crazy. I see that. I see what you said. I see what you said. Alright, you guys, I will let you gamble some more. We've got another 8 minutes. It's a rarity that it happens, but second mending book today. Yay or nay? 2 minutes. You guys get to pick. So mean. So mean, Coral. But kind of fair. Mace attack. Mace attack. Hello, Minute. Welcome on in. It's justified. You know, I'd understand. I kind of get it. I seriously doubt we'd get another book, but it is possible. The question that I have is, what are we going to use this book on? I could use it on a sword. I could use it on various pieces of armor. You know, I've got this other pickaxe that I could easily use it on, but I don't really need it on that one right now. Once it gets a little lower, then I would consider it, but it's got a lot of life left in it, and I don't need my fortune pick, really, right now. You know, with the amount of terraforming that we're going to be doing, a shovel would be kind of nice. Or an axe could be nice. A hoe? Couldn't go wrong with a hoe. Bippity boppity, your armor is my property, bruh. Saying bad things about me again, it keeps getting censored. I wonder why. King, can I have mods so I can say anything about Nathan? You know, as much as I would love for you to bully Nathan, I think it's a bad idea. Oh, man. What else are you saying about him? Or are you just saying the same word? Oh, no, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Now, why would you say that? Yeah, no, it's, no reason. I unlocked the serious dedication achievement. Oh, did you? Nice. GG's, dude. GG's. Somebody's a believer with 1,300 on the line. For yes. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Serious dedication is a big achievement, though. I haven't been playing well, I've been playing a while on here, but I haven't gotten very far. At some point in time, I would like to get all of the advancements. See, I am nice. Returning your points. I mean, maybe? Possibly? Watch me get a 3rd mending book. If I got a 3rd, that would be funny. That would be really, really funny. I mean, it's not like possibly taking more of my points. Yeah, I mean, it would be funny. Oh my goodness. Unless you lose again, that would be hilarious. I'd require that Nathan vote yes on me getting mending books every single time I play, just because he's my good luck, apparently. My base has been standing for 7 months on 2B2T without a single block destroyed. Dang, nice. 2B2T is a tough server to keep anything preserved, really. It's not uncommon to get griefed, that's for sure. That's awesome, though. I've never logged on there. It's not been my preference. I do want to, at some point in time, actually run, not an anarchy server, in the sense of, like, there's no rules whatsoever, but kind of a more so... I would like to run a social experiment server, so no cheating, but, you know, there's no rules about griefing, about stealing, about killing, just to see what people do. I'm not going to intervene, but I would want to see what people would end up doing if left to just govern themselves for a little while. And I know that's kind of like a premise of a Civilization event, but I don't know. I don't want to like run a Civilization event right now. That's not something that's on my to-do list particularly. I think it would be fun to do. I've been in a Civilization event. They are fun. But man, are they tiring. I also kind of helped run that one, so I can speak on both ends of it. Why is my losing hilarious? It's just, like Nathan said, the odds are so small of it happening. It would be very unlucky. But it's also funny because it's you. So, take that for what you will. How many VIPs for a mod? That is a good question. That is a really good question. Did I miss gambling? You did. I just got a mending book. And so, Nathan just won 1,347 channel points. And then, Coral lost 1,347 channel points. So now we're running a gamble again. And if I get a mending book somehow in the next 2 minutes, Coral will have lost another 108 points. I think Coral put all 108. Somebody else may have put some in, I don't know. I just missed both of your mending books now, insane. I mean, to be fair, it's very improbable that I ever catch the mending book in the first place. So for you to be here at the same time is... It's not high odds. Just me versus Coral. Okay, I gotcha. I'm about to see your third one. Oh yeah. This is our third one. Next book that we catch. We'll catch a mending book. 2 mendings in a row. I kind of forgot to check. Hang on, I want to see how many times we fished. 7,000? 7,000 for 2 books? That's not terrible. That averages out to 3,500 per book. Gotta keep streaming until next book. That would be... I mean, honestly, I budgeted enough time with my estimation that we could do it. We'll see. Owen, welcome on in. Hello, hello. How are you doing? I would like to catch one more book at minimum, but I also don't want ads to kick in again. So I'm gonna make sure I end before the ads. But at the same time, I'm gonna really try to get this book. Playing my dirt bike game? Nice, nice. Dirt bike. Dirt bikes are cool. I was thinking about, like, the life I wanted to have when I'm older. When I, like, have a lot of money. And I, you know, married, have kids and all that. It would be really cool to have, like, a nice big property where we could actually do fun things like that. Like, have a dirt bike, have four-wheeler or whatever, you know? Just not to be like a rich family or anything, but just to have a fun experience while they grow up. They're gonna have a crazy life. You know, they're still gonna have a work ethic. Like, I'm not just gonna give them stuff because they ask. Like, I'm not that guy. I bet my firstborn child on it. Next book is mending. Oh boy. I'm so sorry, Swifto. This is not gonna end well. Alright. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay. If we don't catch it within 10 minutes, we're gonna have to wrap up stream, but I imagine our next book will be within that time parameter. But technically, we could catch just, like, cod the entire time. Not even salmon or pufferfish. It's unlikely, but it could happen. Oh, man. That second mending book makes me so happy. I mean, I have to run the numbers and see how many more mending books we need. Because I never actually firmly decided on a number. So I gotta, like, decide, you know, is it... What am I including in my gear count? You know, I don't use a spear, so I don't think I would really include it on a spear. But... do I include, like, my Elytra? Because I don't have Elytra, but should I go ahead and catch a book in preparation for that? Or should I just say it doesn't count because I don't have it? Should we only count the gear that I could have gotten right now? I don't know. I haven't really thought too hard on it. Next book is mending, I believe it. What are you putting this mending book onto? I haven't quite decided yet. I might do the sword. Because it would be kind of nice to have looting, sweeping edge, sharpness. It would make me so OP. And then also it would really help to have a fully enchanted sword so that when I do my mob farm, because we have a zombie spawner, it'll make it really easy to use that with sweeping edge and sharp 5. Although we only need sweeping edge because it'll be a fall damage farm. But, you know, it'd be so nice to have all those enchantments. But I'm also thinking about armor, because my armor, is falling apart, and it would save me a ton of diamonds to have like a chest plate, fully enchanted. The only thing about that is you only use your chest plate up until you get Elytra. I know some people swap them in and out. I forget to. Aww. Piercing 4, protection 4. Sorry, kids. Party's over. Coral 1 back some points. Alright, let me clean up my inventory here a little bit. Nope. There, okay. Fish. Fish, 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 fish. Fish. Fishy, fishy. Boop, boop. Oh man, there goes my firstborn child. Look back on this day, Swiftu, and only regret what you have. I apologize. Accidental click yes as winner as an April Fool's. Nathan, you are a lovely soul. Never change. You are genuinely funny. Alright. That's the haul I dug. We'll log out here. Alright, Coral. Your channel points are on their way. We did not get a second mending book. We got one, but we did not get the other. Let's see. We are going to wrap up stream here, but I appreciate you guys for watching. We're going to do a raid, as always, and I encourage you guys to hop in the raid and get some free channel points along the way. We're going to meet a cool streamer. His name is Jamo the Schmo. This guy is awesome. You guys will love his voice. He's playing his own Forever World right now. I encourage you guys to hop in the raid, meet him, get some free channel points to gamble on our next stream whenever we do some more fishing. Jamo the Hero. Dude, this guy's got... He's awesome. You guys, you'll be able to read about him in his chat. He posts like some stuff in there about how he was like he was a fire chief, wasn't he? Like, this guy's got a lot of cool stories. He's a cool dude. You guys will like him. So hop in the raid, get some free channel points, meet a cool streamer, and I will catch you guys again tomorrow in a Minecraft snapshot video. And then on Thursday, I'll be back and we'll be back on stream. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye, everybody.